Have you ever heard the advice, if you want to find the one, then stop looking? Is it true that you should just sit back and wait for him to come to you instead of going out there and searching for yourself? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video. I'm Cameron. I'm a licensed therapist, wife, and mother, and this is my channel, Modern Marriage, where I share with you guys all the tips, resources, and insights that I've gained from working with couples in therapy so that you can start building the relationship that you've always wanted. Okay, before going any further, I want to clarify that I am a huge proponent of what I call the intentional search, which is putting an intentional, focused effort toward finding your future spouse. And that goes whether you are male or female. Dating today is really hard, maybe harder than it's ever been, especially since many of us are working remotely and we have fewer friends and we're increasingly relying on these faulty dating apps for any new exposure to the opposite sex. But it's always been the case that, maybe with the exception of Disney princesses, that people interested in marriage, or really any form of relationship, had to leave their castles and either go looking themselves or have someone else, like their parents in the case of arranged marriage, do the looking for them. So I am not advocating for anyone to close themselves off from opportunities to connect with more people or even to make their own opportunities when they aren't actively presented with ones in their daily lives. With that being said, there is an important truth in the idea that when someone isn't searching for love, they're more likely to find it. I equate this idea to becoming magnetic. Simply put, if you're functioning more as a magnet rather than as a repellent, you're far more likely to find the one, no matter where you are or what you're doing. This is where the advice to stop looking if you're trying to find a significant other comes from. On its own, discontinuing your search doesn't help you find someone faster. In fact, it does the opposite, since when we stop searching for something, we can only hope to find it by accident, which makes our chance of success closer to winning the lottery than, say, passing a test we studied hard to ace. But when people stop searching, they often do so to focus on themselves or to improve their lives. These improvements often serve a double function. A, they make you more confident in yourself, and B, they make you more attractive to the opposite sex. That's what becoming magnetic means. But which improvements are actually worth making if you're trying to become more magnetic? I'll share with you 4 particularly important ones. But before I do, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and share this video with someone who you think might find it helpful. Okay, back to the video. So what are the 4 major ways to become so magnetic that wherever you're looking, people are drawn to you? Number 1, improve your physical health and appearance. For better or worse, first impressions have a lot to do with what we look like and what our body language is. How we dress, if we wear makeup, how we do our hair, how we hold ourselves, and our facial expressions all matter for building a baseline level of interest required for someone to just give us a shot. And since there are so many ways to improve these basic physical attributes, whether that's by going to the gym, buying flattering clothes, or working on the body language we typically have when interacting with new people, we can all probably up our game in this area in one way or another. Number 2, improve your conversational skill. By this I mean develop the parts of your personality that you want to shine through when first getting to know people. Obviously, people can't get to know all the wonderful parts about you in an initial interaction. However, they can glean insights into some aspects of who you are. But if you haven't spent time thinking about what aspects you want to exhibit most early on, you end up leaving their first impressions of you up to chance. Do you want to be seen as a bubbly, spirited, and sociable, or more thoughtful, reserved, and observant person? Do you want people to notice your quirky or dry sense of humor, or your insightful questions? One ingredient you'll always want to include as part of cultivating this first impression is becoming a good listener. This famous quote summarizes it well. People don't remember what you did or said, but how you made them feel. And as much as our words can stir up powerful emotions in other people, oftentimes what we encourage the other person to share through how we listen to and engage with them usually matters a lot more. Number 3, decide on a future direction and plans to get there. This doesn't mean you need a step-by-step detailed plan for how to achieve all your goals in the next 10 years. It means that having any sort of direction for the future is better than not having any direction at all. And even better than that, having a general direction plus a basic plan for the steps you should be taking right now to achieve those goals is really attractive to both men and women. These goals can, and probably should, span across all the aspects of your life, including your career and your health and the family you want to have one day, and how you want to positively impact the world around you. And while this does really matter for both sexes, I'd be remiss to say that it's not an especially big deal for women, in that when they meet a man who has ambition, that's often one of the most attractive qualities that will get them to give him a chance. And number 4, mastering emotional regulation. Early on in the courtship process, chances are your emotions are going to be mostly, if not completely, positive, or at least we would hope so. But eventually you will be tested in front of your partner in how you respond to negative emotions. Whether it's responding well to good-natured teasing by the person you're dating, being able to cope with a setback at work, or dealing appropriately with your first spat with your partner, the ability to regulate your emotions shows that you have not only spent time cultivating the virtues you want in your life, but that you are capable of handling the inevitable stresses and frustrations life is bound to churn up, not just today, but at every point in the future too. And since emotional regulation is such a rare attribute to find today, really, most of us don't have it mastered. It's often a huge relief and a turn on to finally find in a potential partner. No one wants to be trapped on someone else's hellish roller coaster of emotions, as that leaves both of you feeling completely burnout and exhausted after a pretty short period of time. So if you want to find a capable, well put together adult to date, the first thing you'll want to do is become one yourself. And improving your ability to regulate your emotions is one of the best ways to do that. Okay, guys, what did you think? Does this align with your experiences of dating in the modern world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Cameron, and this is Modern Marriage.